On the outskirts of Copenhagen in Denmark is the world's largest warehouse of the humanitarian organization UNICEF. The first shipments, including medicines and medical equipment, were packed and shipped from here within 24 hours of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine.
The first wave response will always be, for us, it's water and sanitation and health. So we have what we call the interagency emergency health kit, which address the needs of 10,000 people for 3 months. And there are more than 90 different items in these 26 to 30 boxes. And the same thing for the water and sanitation kit. It's a kit for 10 families with buckets, with soap, with chlorination taps that can provide safe and clean water to the affected population.
Since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, more than 25,000 first aid kits and more than 200,000 sets of winter clothes and blankets have been sent from here. A year after the start of the war, Denmark continues to help Ukraine with humanitarian aid, building materials and generators.
There are different phases in an emergency. The first wave is really making sure that health, water and sanitation are there. And then we are also trying to bring back a normal life to the children that have been affected by the crisis. So then we will start to send education supplies to build temporary facility for schools. Then we also looking at how the hospitals, how the health facilities have been affected. Power is an issue. So then second wave, third wave, we started to send generators and then rebuilding materials to rebuild the facilities that have been affected, health, education, etc. So the supplies will vary according to the phases of the emergency. And still 1 year later, we still have a combination of starting to rebuild, but still continuing responding with the first essential needs of health and water and sanitation.
UNICEF reports that more than 1,300 children were affected by the Russian war and almost 8 million Ukrainians became refugees. To help Ukrainian children and their families, anyone anywhere in the world can make a charitable donation. You can make a donation on the unicef.org website. In 2022, many Ukrainians living in America discovered the Razom for Ukraine charitable foundation, a small non-profit organization that began its work in 2014 with a mission to help make Ukraine more prosperous. Before the Russian war against Ukraine, donations were in the range of $200,000 a year. And after February the 24th, the number of donors grew from 4,000 to 170,000, and the amount of contributions is now at least $75 million. Its founder, Dora Khomyak, told the Associated Press, "The fund directs the main part of the funds to provide Ukrainian defenders with technical devices, from walkie-talkies and repeaters to civilian drones and tablets."
I mean, if not us, who else can be? Like, of course, government, but government has much bigger issues than, much bigger issues, and we just trying to help our country. I was born in Ukraine. Many people here were born in Ukraine, so it's our duty.
41-year-old Valeria Roshkovan is a migrant from Konotop. Together with her daughter, she now lives in Brooklyn and became a volunteer of the Razom for Ukraine Foundation. She says that she cannot sit idly by and is sure that the help of international organizations in the first days of the Russian full-scale war and now is precious to her countrymen.
I think it's very necessary. That's why I'm here, and that's why I'm helping the Razom Foundation. If not for volunteers, if not for international organizations, we would hardly have withstood this invasion at the beginning of the war.
In Ukraine, the Razom for Ukraine Foundation is headed by Evelina Kurylets. She believes that during the year of the war, the scope of charity has changed. Volunteers, and there are more than 50 of them in the foundation, had to quickly adapt to new challenges and raise funds for various purposes, from water and food to generators and means of communication. Despite inflation and economic recession around the world, people do not stop helping, said Kurylets, and donating has become a trend, both in Ukraine and abroad.
Если мы говорим о донорах
If we are talking about donors within Ukraine, then the absolute leader is the support of the guys and girls on the front line. These are donations for weapons, donations for UAVs, cars, etc. If we are talking about donors from abroad, then this is more of the support for food, for the arrangement of shelters, for psychological health, for various grants, for rehabilitation and much more.
Catherine Winnick is a Ukrainian-Canadian actress and director. She joined the United 24 platform and became the ambassador of the organization, along with such world film and sports stars as Andriy Shevchenko, Ben Stiller, Angelina Jolie and others. United 24 is a one-click donation from anywhere in the world. The initiator of United 24 was the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. To make it more convenient for people, it is now possible to send funds to the Foundation for Individual Needs. You can support Ukraine with donations on the website united24.gov.ua. Reported by Pavlo Shtelmach, Natalia Белокудря, Evgeny Karmazin, UATV News.